problem of evil and suffering. It is the biggest problem of all, both experientially and theologically. Why do we have to suffer so much? This is a painful topic that I think about a lot in between studying other topics. Like many of you, I've experienced extreme and prolonged suffering in this life at the hands of others. People I loved and trusted. People I was good to. My own familiar friends and family. People who betrayed me in ways that caused unthinkable destruction and heartache for many years. People who never even cared to apologize, much less make restitution. I ask God why. I sometimes voice my disapproval. And what comes to mind are Jesus' words in Mark 10:21. Then Jesus, looking at him, loved him and said to him, "You will have treasure in heaven. Come, take up the cross and follow me." Again in Luke 9:23. He said to them all, "If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me." I have mixed feelings about this response. On one hand, it doesn't fully answer the question, and it defers hope. Deferred hope is one of the major problems we already suffer from. But on the other hand, deferred hope is much better than no hope at all. And his response does provide partial answers implicitly. Firstly, he implies that our suffering is necessary, or else it wouldn't exist. We're called to trust this. Secondly, he implies that we should not run from suffering, but rather walk with it, and even towards it. We're called to endure. This is very counterintuitive until we consider the reason why. The implied reason is that our suffering and our response to it can somehow contribute to the healing of other people and ultimately the healing of the world. An answer like this is difficult for someone who has already suffered so much for so long. It is difficult for someone who, as a result, is thinking of themselves and ending their own suffering. But needless to say, that's not what Jesus is like. To him, it makes perfect sense. He endures whatever he must for the healing of others, giving little thought to himself. And he knows that in general, it's best for us to adopt that disposition as well. It's good for our souls. While his response doesn't fully answer the question yet, it does remind us that he understands and he walks the path of suffering with us. And he gives us enough of an answer to say, okay, let's continue carrying the cross then. Eventually the goal will be accomplished, and it will have been worth it. That doesn't end our suffering. It is a cross, after all. So the question becomes, will we or won't we take up our cross and follow him? Our answer to this question makes a big difference, and he helps us to answer the right way.